How we going, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in again. My name is Sin and I am the Crypt Keeper, and I have another ICO review for you guys today, and that is Omnitude. Before I get into Omnitude, I just want to say a big thanks to everybody who's been subscribing and watching the videos. I am quite new to the space and have already, hit about 54, 55 subscribers. So I'm very happy with that, guys. It has only been less than a week that I've been doing this. So I'm glad that you guys are enjoying the videos and keep the feedback coming in. I'm really enjoying hearing what you guys have to say. Now let's get straight to the review. What is Omnitude? Omnitude is basically a middleware platform helping the integration of e-commerce and supply chain businesses that are wanting to integrate into the blockchain. So basically it's kind of like a middle layer in between already existing online companies such as eBay or Craigslist or anything that you can think of that wants to join the blockchain, and it will help them using the Omnitude platform to do so in a rather quick fashion, easy, without any of the headaches that they may come across. Now let's have a look at their website. So their pre-sale is completely sold out. However, the token sale has not begun yet. That's going to happen on the 28th of March and will go through to the 25th of April, or of course until they reach their hard cap. Now here's another little summary of what Omnitude is. Omnitude is a radical concept in blockchain ecosystems, not only creating our own blockchain solutions that integrate enterprise systems, supply chains, and e-commerce platforms, but also enabling a community of app developers that can imagine, build, and deploy blockchain services to real-world problems. Wonderful. What does it achieve? Omnitude enables businesses to solve problems in ways that were not previously possible without the rise of blockchain technology. So the creation of transparent and accountable manufacturing and supply chains, a significant reduction in e-commerce fraud, the enablement of a single customer identity for use across any Omnitude connected e-commerce site, blockchain integration between enterprise systems such as ERP and WMS, and many more solutions that we know that blockchain can bring. Guys, by now we already know some of the amazing benefits of having the blockchain, run your business. One of the biggest one being it's immutable. So anything that's on there cannot be changed. So in terms of safety and privacy, it's top notch. It cannot be beaten by any of our current technologies that we have in the tech space today. About Omnitude value proposition, Omnitude will make online retail marketplace more transparent, more profitable, and more secure. Omnitude is a radical concept in blockchain ecosystems. Utilizing Omnitude as an integration layer between existing systems enables rapid deployment of blockchain technology without the need to replace current systems. So that is going to be very handy in the future, guys. As we see more and more businesses coming to the blockchain space, blockchain technology is going to be, completely dominant in the future. And this is going to happen. So having something like Omnitude there to make it a much simpler, easier, smooth transition for these people is going to be very crucial in pushing the blockchain into the future. So I see lots of promise in this. We are not only creating our own blockchain solutions that integrate enterprise systems, supply chains, and e-commerce, but will allow other developers to create apps as well. We read this a little bit earlier, which is also, very, very important. The Omnitude platform will itself be open and transparent, enabling anyone to design and build Omnitude applications to integrate with existing solutions in e-commerce, supply chain, and enterprise systems. Core features include fast deployment of blockchain technology, hyperledger, identity and auditability, private transactions and confidential contracts, Omnitude and community apps, solving problems via our own apps. So one of the big ones here is the Hyperledger. The Omnitude will be built on top of Hyperledger, the open source global collaborative project hosted by the Linux Foundation. Hyperledger is a permissioned blockchain protocol which enables business to consumer and business to business transactions. So that's great there. They're going to be on the Hyperledger, which is an awesome platform. How does it work? Let's have a look at the ECOM token in the Omnitude ecosystem and see how that works. The ECOM token will be launched with Omnitude on the OmniLayer platform. Merchants, customers, and suppliers will require ECOM to participate in the Omnitude ecosystem. Omnitude will be built on top of Hyperledger. So we just read about the Hyperledger there. The Hyperledger architecture provides core blockchain services on which the Omnitude ecosystem is built. The Omnitude ecosystem will be made up of a variety of entities, including those mentioned above, i.e. merchants, customers, suppliers, couriers, and affiliates and referrers. Now, a native method of settlement between parties to access ecosystem resource, merchants will make payments to ECOM, in ECOM, which is their token, to other ecosystem participants to use the on-ledger Omnitude solutions for supply chain and all the other things that you can go ahead and read there. Customers will make payments to merchants using ECOM, cryptocurrencies, and fiat. So all sorts of different payment methods there. And incentive for ecosystem participants to operate and secure the ecosystem. So the consistency of Omnitude's immutable blockchain will be guaranteed by a distributed peer-to-peer network of validating nodes running the Omnitude core client application in return for enforcing Omnitude's delegated practical Byzantine fault tolerance DPBFT consensus algorithm. Validating nodes will share in ECOM block rewards. Wonderful. A means to raise funds for long-term development of Omnitude. So that one's pretty self-explanatory. Through fundraising, they'll be able to raise the funds needed to get everything done that they need. Here's a little diagram explaining exactly how everything's going to work through the Omnitude platform. Again, their principles: open, secure, and transparent. Go ahead and read it through all that, guys. If I were to sit here and read the entire website for you, we'll be here for quite a while. Core features, we did just go through these also a little bit earlier. Principal requirements: DPBFT, smart contracts, trust, identity, and registration, performance, membership, network, and API, blockchain transactions. Each one of these you can click into and read a lot more about what it's talking about. So there is a lot of information on this website here. You know, you're just inundated with the stuff. So if you are interested in this project, I do recommend you go ahead and have a look at that. They also have a really, really awesome detailed white paper that we will briefly go through ourselves as well. Now the team. Now I have gone ahead and gone through the team myself in my own time. They do all have LinkedIn profiles linked in with their little profiles here. You can also click and just read about them. So this is Benjamin Van Every. Now I have gone ahead and had a look at these myself and given them what I think is the score that they'll receive in terms of the ICO spreadsheet is concerned. Just to briefly go through, the CEO is Chris Painter. He spent the last 12 years building this technology. Now these guys all have come, not all of them, but a lot of them were working on this in a parent company that wasn't Omnitude. The name escapes me now. However, again, you can find all that information in their LinkedIn profiles. But Chris Painter, clearly he's been working on this for 12 years, so you know, you're not going to find many people that are more experienced in what they're doing than he. Robert Belgrave was the CEO of Wirehive and an advisor on the Daddy project. I'm sure most of you remember Daddy from a month back or so. Benjamin Van Every was the Vice President of Investment Banking at Merrill Lynch. Leanne Byrne was a Senior Digital Marketing Manager of the Bitcoin Foundation. James Worthington was the CEO of Beltane and a full-service Hyperledger blockchain solution provider. So working on the Hyperledger blockchain, it's great to have an expert in their team that's going to be able to assist them with everything Hyperledger related. Now they also have their advisors listed. Down here, as you can see, they do have 7 advisors on board plus the blockchain mob. Now, just to briefly go through a few of those, Michael Donald was a UK board member at Visa for over 5 years and also the CCO of the Bank of America and head of marketing for IKEA, so a ton of experience there. Simon Cocking was an advisor at Alkeus Labs, Friends, Medichain, and Vestarin, a few projects that a lot of you I'm sure would have heard of. Sally Eves was an official member of the Forbes Technology Council. Now, this is an invitation-only organization comprised of leading CIOs and CTOs from around the world. We have Nathan Christian, who was an advisor at Friends, ICO Max, Vernum, Viso Payments, Verimi, and many more. Again, lots of awesome projects in the space. So please, guys, go ahead. If you are interested in this project, do your own research, have a look at all of these. Again, they all have their LinkedIn profiles, so there's nothing stopping you from doing all your research. You can even contact some of the team here if you have any questions through the Telegram page and get any of your questions answered. They have a very detailed roadmap as we're looking at right now. They have a technical roadmap and a business roadmap. So Q317, the business concept creation, core team hired, in-depth market analysis. And then we have the white paper design at the beginning of still towards the end of Q4 2017. Technical overview, technical viability confirmed. 2018, we have a finalized business case, define a minimum viable ecosystem. They launched the alpha version of the Hyperledger stack. Look, there's lots and lots of detailed information here. I am not going to go through and read all of this. Q1 2018, creation of the proof of concept also. So look, very detailed again. They have lots of stuff in here, you know, late Q3, Q4, phase 1, development completion, start of testing. So it is a rather lengthy roadmap, and right at the end here, Q1 2019, so just a year away. They're taking Omnitude into full production, expand MVE by joining consortium, plug into external developer ecosystem to nurture standardization. Launch phase 2 as projects become ready. Now, in terms of the prototype, what I have found is that there is no prototype yet. However, they have said that there will be more info about this and that it may be released before the main sale. So we'll be keeping an eye on this. We'll be hoping that they do release a prototype or a beta before the actual crowd sale is launched. So for now, in terms of the spreadsheet and how we fill that in to get out our score, it is going to have a no for the prototype, which will mean that it will reduce the score quite a bit. However, I will keep an eye on this, and if they do get to the point where they release their prototype for us to have a look at, then those 6 points will be added in and the score will change drastically. So please, if you are interested in this project, then stay tuned to that and, you know, follow us here and we can see what that score becomes. Now we have the white paper, which again is a great little white paper. Well, I'm not going to say little, it is quite lengthy. We'll go through little bits of this, but I'm not going to go through all of it with you because that will take more than a week and a bit or something like that. So Omnitude will make the online retail marketplace more transparent, more profitable, and more secure. Omnitude is a blockchain smart platform that connects blockchain technologies, e-commerce platforms, and enterprise systems involved in building end-to-end supply chains. Utilizing Omnitude as an integration layer between existing systems enables rapid deployment of blockchain technology without the need to replace current systems. So again, just that right there is, you know, enough for me to see that these guys are going to be big players in the blockchain space in years to come. There are going to be lots and lots and lots of businesses that are wanting to move over to blockchain, and Omnitude is where they're going to go. Another little piece of information that I found online that the CEO said is that, bear with me a second, the only existing technology like Omnitude costs into the millions to deploy and is certainly not available to small or medium enterprises. That's where Omnitude will come in and create an easy and efficient way for these businesses to make their way into the blockchain. So not everybody who's wanting to come into the blockchain may be able to afford what it costs. So these guys are going to make it affordable for your small and medium businesses to go ahead and do that. Omnitude enables businesses to solve problems in ways that were not previously possible without the rise of blockchain technology. So they can help you achieve transparent and accountable manufacturing and supply chains, a significant reduction in e-commerce fraud, the enablement of a single customer identity for use across the Omnitude network, and blockchain integration between enterprise systems. So this is just taking all of the benefits of blockchain and being able to add them to already established businesses and enterprises. The Omnitude platform will itself be open and transparent, enabling anyone to design and build Omnitude apps to integrate with existing solutions in e-commerce, supply chain, and enterprise systems. So again, it goes ahead and describes what is Omnitude. We already know that by now. The different phases that it will be launching. So the first phase of Omnitude will launch the Omnitude platform. This will enable connectivity between numerous technologies and platforms and allow them to take advantage of blockchain technology quickly and efficiently. Phase 2 will be during where both the community and the Omnitude team will build Omnitude apps on top of their network. There are already several Omnitude apps designed for launch that are detailed in the use cases section. So if you're interested in reading the different types of apps that are already ready for launch, go ahead and you'll find all that information in the white paper. Again, we have a little bit of information here about the token. We did read briefly about all that. So basically the token though is what anybody who wants to interact with Omnitude will need as terms of payment onto the Omnitude platform. The initial ECOM tokens issued will be used to fund the development of the Omnitude platform and ecosystem, incentivize participants to operate and secure this ecosystem, and create a common settlement method for people to participate in the Omnitude ecosystem. Now, this whole section just goes ahead and talks about the state of e-commerce currently. Talks about the amount of fraud that currently happens, clean fraud, account fraud, identity fraud, reshipping fraud. And then it goes ahead and discusses the solution that Omnitude can provide. Of course, with the security that blockchain brings, we'll be able to reduce the amount of fraud by a ton. Supply chain, again, guys, go ahead and read all this yourself. This is just way too much information for me to cover. I believe I have covered a lot of the important points and the basic fundamentals of what Omnitude do. Another massive one here is identity confirmation. So we'll read a little bit about this. Customers must usually provide details about their identity, e.g. name, email, phone address, yada, 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 and about their preference information, size, style, and delivery times. So what this basically says is that instead of having to put all that information in over and over and over again, you'll need to do that once, create an identity through the Omnitude network, and then use this identity every time you log into an Omnitude app or an enterprise system business that uses the Omnitude platform, which makes it a lot easier and will save a lot of money in terms of time. Buyers depend heavily on online customer reviews for their buying decisions. So this talks about online review fraud. And talks about how it's going to be able to reduce that and pretty much eliminate it completely. The Omnitude solution to identity confirmation, how they're going to do it. Omnitude single identity will reduce efforts required by merchants to establish customer identity and provide a simplified, quicker onboarding experience for the customers. So they're calling that an OID, which is the Omnitude identity. Each customer will have their own online Omnitude identity that they can use. Proof of interaction, the Omnitude solution to identity confirmation and single reputation. The cost of doing business, again, guys, it does go ahead and list, Braintree, Chargeify, PayPal, the different costs, Stripe, costs involved. And of course, when you come onto the blockchain, those costs are going to be reduced immensely. So there's going to be lots of incentive for these businesses to want to come onto the blockchain and, change into a service like this where they can cut costs. The Omnitude solution to the cost of doing business. About Omnitude, so on a diagram just explaining exactly how the business operates. Please go ahead and have a look and read through that. The ECOM token in the Omnitude ecosystem. So I did briefly touch on this earlier. Again, I'm not going to read all of this, but it does just go ahead and explain all of the uses of the token and exactly how it works in the Omnitude ecosystem. The token sales structure and distribution. Here we come to the juicy information that relates to us investors. This is where we can start filling out our spreadsheet as well, guys. So the token sale structure and distribution. The ticker is ECOM, and we've seen the number of tokens are 100 million ECOM tokens. There will be no inflation as there'll be no further tokens issued. The private pre-sale cost was 40 cents. The private pre-sale cap was 10 million, which was reached. That's 10 million ECOM, so 4 million USD. The token sale cost is 46 cents per ECOM, and the token sale hard cap is 20.7 million, which is 45 million ECOM. The token sale will require pre-registration, KYC, and a 50,000 USD limit per person. Now, I'm pretty sure that is supposed to say pre-sale, because that I do not believe is accurate. I will confirm this, but I have seen that they are allowing anybody to practically purchase these when the actual token sale begins, but I will confirm that. Let's go ahead and start putting some of this. Oh, what's going on here? Okay, here's our spreadsheet. Please remember as well, I'm not a financial advisor. Invest at your own risk. Do your own research, guys. You know how that works. I'm just providing information here. What you do with it is your own choice. Okay, so we're having a look at Omnitude. Middleware integration for small to medium enterprises. Whitelist is currently open. You can simply just click right there and get straight to the whitelist. As you can see, guys, a simple click and that will open for you, making it nice and convenient to register. The pre-sale is over and the main sale date is the 28th of March and the main sale is over on the 25th of April. So at this stage, they do not have a prototype. However, we know that it is something they are working on and they plan to release that before the 28th of March. So we will come back in here and change that once they do release that. I'll keep a close eye on this project. And look, again, I don't have any doubts here. Usually I wouldn't even bother reviewing a project that did not have a prototype, but having a look at their team, their project, the white paper, what they're trying to pull off here is, I believe truly that they will be able to have that ready, and, you know, we'll be able to have a look at that and make that happen. So their team gathered a score of 2. The advisors were a score of 2. In terms of the idea, I am going to go ahead and give these guys a 3. I think it's going to be a massive, massive space in the blockchain of the future. Integrating businesses that are already running into the blockchain is going to be absolutely massive. Now, community. I have gone ahead and had a look, and the community, of course, is a combination of their Twitter followers, which at the time of checking were 11,900, plus Telegram was 18,275. So guys, they've got a massive, massive community. This is great. I mean, it's not too big to cause things to get crazy, but it is big enough to know that they have the following of the community, and it's something that lots of people are aware of, which is absolutely great. Now they are a platform infrastructure, so we're going to get that right into there. Now the ICO price. Now the ICO price we saw, sorry, the price there is 46 cents. So we'll get that in, 46. The number of total tokens was 100 million. And the total number available in the crowd sale is 55 million. That makes 55% there. And the hard cap is 27 million. Okay, let's move across into our revolution section. Now, is a blockchain required for this? Yes, absolutely, blockchain is required for this, quite clearly. Is it an open source project? Yes, it is an open source project, which is awesome. Now, it is not a decentralized platform, which does suck a little bit. However, they are doing what they need to do. Is it a game changer in the space? Yes, I truly believe it is a game changer in the space. Again, like we said, you know, blockchain is the future. There's no denying that, guys. Well, that's my opinion anyway. You might not think so. If you're watching this up until now, you probably do think so. So if you do believe that blockchain is going to be here in the future and that it will dominate the workplace and pretty much everything that we do, then we are going to need middlemen like this to help integrate already existing businesses into the blockchain. And that's exactly what Omnitude do. You know, you can go ahead and read the white paper and read all the details and the ins and outs of the business. Clearly, there's so much to learn and to pick up here. But the fundamental is that they are helping normal business join blockchain, which, you know, I can't put a number on how amazing that's going to be. ECOM is the ticker. Okay, I believe now we can go ahead and get us a score. Again, remember guys, this score isn't going to be as high as it potentially can be, just because I do not have the prototype yet. So it wouldn't be fair. And you can see I only really do, here's one here that didn't have one, review projects that have a prototype, because the likelihood of them being a successful, profitable launch is over 90% when they do have a prototype. That's why guys, we don't waste our time generally you know, reviewing when we can't see a prototype. However, they have said that it will be released before the crowd sale, so we're going to keep an eye on that. So without the prototype score in there, it would be generating 18.8, which would give us a percentage of 67.16. So that would drop it down here in between Jet 8 and Travel Block. Now let's have a look and see what happens if they did have the prototype. So with a prototype, you're looking at 88.59, guys. That's a very crucial, critical 6 points that you can see there. So with a prototype, they are sitting in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth spot there in between Open Platform and Neon Exchange. So that is an absolutely huge score. This is a project that I will definitely be looking at investing in. I have already signed up to the white paper. You know, again, though, it's going to come down to just waiting and seeing when that prototype is released and seeing if we can change this no into a yes, because that's going to be absolutely critical for them and their position on my spreadsheet. And I will be very reluctant to proceed in my investment if there is no working prototype that I can see that I know is launched and happening. Okay guys, I believe that does it for this review. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please, again, if you have enjoyed what you have seen here, subscribe to my channel, give us a thumbs up, share it with anybody else that's interested in the blockchain space. I do appreciate you being with me today. And if you have any requests for ICOs that you would like me to review, you can send that through to one of the links below. I've got a Facebook page there, Discord. So any of those you can go ahead and send it through. Also, the link to my spreadsheet is down there in the description box as well as of course the link to the Omnitude website and the Omnitude white listing as well. So thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.